Hello, this is Minder Chen. I'm Professor of Management Information System at Martin B. Smith School of Business and Economics at CSU Channel Island. In this lecture, we're going to focus on switching from ERP to CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. The father of modern management, Peter Drucker, once stated that the purpose of a business is to get and keep customer. It sounds simple, but it is essential to any business that you can get new customer and keep your existing customer. And you can refer to this Forbes article to actually read an article which expands this idea. And also, by this time now, hopefully you have a chance to see a demo of Salesforce.com, which is a very popular software as a service CRM package already. So you have some idea what this type of software can help you with. And one way to define CRM is treating it as the measure, the mechanisms, methods, and activities, software altogether. It's a measure that an organization would take to identify, select, acquire new customer. These three are part of the new customer acquisition activity. And then you need to work with and try to work with your customer, provide the best service you can, the best product you can, and such that you can retain them. And hopefully through the process you can grow the customer in terms of sell more to them. And this is the finding that companies spend 2 to 20 times as much finding new customer as they do keep old ones, which means a lot of companies spend a lot of time in getting new customer, but not a lot of money in serving customer. They most likely take their existing customer for granted. And guess what? They will leave. They will just go to another website, which is just one click away. So the thinking is that since it's just because it's cheaper to serve the customer doesn't mean that you don't do it, you don't pay attention to it. The customer relationship is part of the business model canvases component, one of the 9 components, and it's here called customer relationship. Just in case you forgot about the business model canvas or never heard about it, any business need to have a value proposition for its product and services. They also need to find a target market segment of customers willing to that your product and service are valuable to them. And then you need to figure out the channel to reach out to your customer to sell it to them. And by the way, social media can be a great way to kind of build this inexpensive channel. And then you need to figure out what kind of relationship you want to maintain with your customer, a particular existing customer. And when they buy or use your service, it will generate some revenue. That's your revenue stream. In order to create the product and services, you need to perform some key activity. Okay, here we mention key activity because you may actually work with some key partners to perform some other activity which is not really part of your core competence. And in order to work with the partner and to perform your key activity, you do need to have resources in order to make it work. And your partner will work closely with you to perform the activity which will produce the valuable product and services. But the resource here means money. Money you have to spend. That's part of your core structure. And if you compare the revenue stream and cost structure, that's where your profit will come. Your P&L, profit or loss, determined by your revenue deducted by the cost. So this customer relationship, broadly speaking, involves something we just talked about, involve getting customer, okay, keep the customer, and then grow the customer. Okay, and this two diagram came from Steve Blank's Startup Owner's Menu. And you can also find the business model canvas by visit this website. And here we have this funnel shape get connected because you go out and try to get some potential customer, but some are really not your true customer. So eventually you're getting a buying customer through this through this kind of sales pipeline, as we call it. And then you need to figure out how to grow your customer. We'll come back to this diagram. This is actually a very good model to follow to help us to conceptualize what's involved in customer relationship management. So objective of CRM is to have the right offer, either product or services or both, to the right people. Okay, that's target marketing. That's your customer segmentation. At the right time, for instance, you do want to kind of spacing your outbound call. You don't want to call your customer by different department 3 times a day or even 3 times a month. May not be even a good idea. You need to manage the outbound traffic, okay, which can be email, can be phone call, and etc. And through the right channel to see what's the best way to reach out. It could be the direct channel through a website, through a mobile app, or through some traditional channel like traditional retailers, wholesaler, etc. Or whether it's supposed to be B2B or B2C. The appropriate media, okay, is it by phone, by email, by web application, by mobile app. And so that's objective of CRM, is to help you to make the decision, to make the right decision for the right offer, right person, right timing, the right channel, and using the correct appropriate media. And there are many cases you will get in touch with your customer. This is a very comprehensive model to describe possible customer management activity, as it's referred to. And another way to look at it is what we call touch points, and sometimes we call this moment of truth, which means that your performance at a time when you contact your customer at a different type of activity determine how valuable you are as a service provider or as the product seller. This is kind of like that pipeline. You target and try to get new customer, and you try to convert them into real customer. You welcome them and getting them to know you, to know your product, to know your service, and you deliver the basics, which is your product and service, to them. And you do perform certain activity, try to retain your customer. That's customer retention. And this is kind of the growth part. You try to develop more value product or services, so you make more money, and by the time serve your customer better. And sometimes things may not go as well as you expected. You may have some dissatisfied customer, and you need to manage that customer complaint. Sometimes we refer to this as kind of service recovery. Okay, you try to recover from some disaster, win back the trust. Some customer will leave. Okay, leave your company, don't come back, but you still have their contact information, email, and so sometimes you may want to occasionally try to win them back. Okay, say, hey, we fixed the problem, come back. Or we have this new product that I think you will want. Okay, the old one is long gone. Win them back. Okay, so that's actually pretty comprehensive kind of series of activity of the complete life cycle for customer activity that you may be involved. Those are the touch point. Those are the moment of truth. Make sure you have the right information armed with you, which is part of what CRM is about, so you can deliver whatever the information, the product and services to your customer. Okay. Another way to look at the previous diagram is to look at another kind of more linear view. This is by Oracle. And so marketing campaign to generate lead. From the lead, it's kind of opportunity, sales opportunity, to a quotation that received by the customer. There's really serious customer. They have the money and budget in hand. And then you got their order, and you need to compensate your salespeople because they acquire a new customer. And the customer may contact you with inquiry about their order and services and the product they purchase. Sometimes they have problem with this, and they submit a service request, and then you need to actually resolve the problem the customer may have. So that's a service request to resolution. And this information eventually would involve maybe your service crew, your production facility, and all of that may be involved in producing product, services, or serves the customer. If you look at here, each of the activity here is a process itself. Campaign to lead, opportunity to quote, order to compensation, customer inquiry to entitlement, service request to resolution. Okay, so it's actually a kind of connected business processes, and each one of them has a beginning to end, but once they connected, that's the whole end-to-end service throughout the whole life cycle. And if we take this portion, then we can draw it as a funnel, sales kind of pipeline. And the pipeline, that's actually, if you look at this funnel, the number of kind of potential users or customers are getting less and less, because you may have 1,000 leads. You collect 1,000 business cards in a trade show, but only 100 of them are probably vetted lead. Once you kind of contact them, 100 would get back to you. Then you pursue them with further product literature, and you may turn that 100 prospect to 10 customer. That's pretty good. So it's kind of 10 to 1 ratio when you move from different stage. Okay. And as a company, the CRM can help you to kind of manage different information about the marketing campaign, sales leads that generated. And when you have sales ready leads, you will turn that to from the marketing pipeline to the sales pipeline for the salespeople to follow up with phone call, and turn them from potential customer to real customer. Okay, and if you track this, all the information from the marketing campaign inquiry to real customer, that's a big job for CRM to do. And once CRM can help you to manage the information, it helps you to manage the performance. Let's get back to that two connected funnel that describe getting customer, keeping customer, and grow customer. We pretty much went through this part through different channel. Okay. Earn, by the way, earn here means SEO, search engine optimization. Your website rank pretty top on Google search engines result based on certain keyword, and you earn it. You earn your reputation. You don't have to pay for the click. Pay media, okay, newspaper ads, radio ads, TV ads, and or using AdWords, buying keyword on Google. You acquired potential customer that generate awareness. You get them interest in your product and services, and they're serious, consider your product and service. Eventually, they acquire the budget, they secure the budget, they send you an order, purchase order, they become your customer. Okay, and make sure they will pay down the road. And then you need to perform activity to keep your customer, including perform customer satisfaction survey. Sometimes just check on the customer, see everything okay. Create a loyalty program, so you kind of lock them in, so they won't increase the switching cost for them, and constantly get a new product and service out. So they're not going to jump the ship to other competitors' new product and services because you got even a better one. There's other way to grow the customer, unbundle your service, like airline now charge you with of everything, luggage, etc. That's kind of an unbundling example, although personally I don't like it. I don't think many people like it at all. If they truly drop the airline fare when they unbundle, that's probably okay. Upsell, if someone is buying want to buy a kind of black and white laser printer, you may want to say, hey, there's a color printer we're selling which is really not that expensive, but it really looks good. That's upsell. Cross-sell, okay, you're buying a printer, you probably need laser printer, you probably wanted some paper to print with. You may want to actually get a cartridge toner because the one come with your new printer doesn't really last for long. Okay, that's kind of a dirty secret. If you don't pay attention, you may think they're the same as the one you actually buy from the store separately. Referral, this is really the gold mine. Okay, if they really enjoy your product and service, they really love you, okay, which you really need to turn them into a very, very satisfying customer. Okay, if the customer rates you from 1 to 5 in terms of their satisfaction, they have to be 5. They have to give you 5. They become evangelists. Okay, they would convince their friends and family through words of mouth, viral marketing, the viral loop, which to help you to acquire a new customer. Okay, that's to some extent that's earned media, but this media is word of mouth through their Facebook page, their Twitter tweet, and it's all free. Okay, and you earn it. You earn that reputation. So that's a viral loop. This is a major viral loop. Here, when someone buys it, they may say, oh, I bought this. That's a little bit viral loop, which help you to acquire a new customer. But this is the critical one. Okay. I'd like to thank Steve Blank for this really nice diagram based on the startup owner's menu. He gave out a lot of his slide, whatever. So appreciate it and really want to call out and give credit to Steve Blank. You're encouraged to just search Steve Blank. You find out his website and look at some of the book he has written. So we're going to stop here first. We're going to continue, come back and talk a little bit more about the CRM from maybe a software's viewpoint. And I hope you enjoyed this lecture. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.